The NDC hereby serves notice that in the coming days, we shall petition the UN Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, to revoke the appointment of President Akufo-Addo as co-chair of the SDG Advocates. And that petition will be ready by Tuesday. Because clearly, President Akufo-Addo has failed to show genuine commitment to the fight against illegal mining.
It is his responsibility. The people of Ghana elected him. He is currently the president of Ghana. And it is his responsibility to deal with Galamsey now.
The surest way of fighting Galamsey, Unimadekro, excavators, controlling excavators. Because without the excavator, you can't do some mining. It is a one hour day a fidie mine then you can control what is useful. Inti yankoto fidie. Ni enfama miners, yebe mo excavators. By excavator no, ya yo operators are train your muchi.
And so I don't kid myself that we don't have our own people involved. And the work of the NIMOS is not easy. They go to a community and the chiefs, the youth, and everybody come out and resist them. And so I didn't kid myself that we will be able to win that fight over.
The father, you come and tell us I know my people are involved, so we should clap for you for what? What have you done? Mr. President, spare us anything on the coup for it. He's gone. He's done his bit. He's gone. Leave him alone. Deal with your guys, the people that you trusted. You should be having broken hearts right now. You should be disappointed today, knowing very well that you swore on your life that the Akufo-Addo and his people were involved in Galamsey, and that when they leave office, you are going to get into office a bunch of people who will do what your heart desires.
Listen, more confession about them to do. Monim guase na about them to do. Asofo no a omo beka asa nyame se nyamfa NDC amenyuko no NDC aban ne mbra no magu omonim asentem o asofo no nyankropo no magu nanim asentem o asofo no a ene ekosiare na me video ya no asofo no a omo beka kire Ghana for se ye nyankopon se NDC no be rescue Ghana mu nyankopon no ye wicked o enti mu nyankopon ne yawo se ade we bekoso ena mu nyankopon ne hwese aban no a ono mu nyankopon ne se wo mra no wo hwema sa ade we koso ena mu nyankopon no maguna ni mu asepa o me say ade bia NDC eyeye editia NPP a wo ba ya wo ye bi no me expose Sami Jemfi expose NDC early 2025 but Ghana for adran kwaso me kakere mu Sami Jemfi kwatena ho at the time we are appointing as gold board CEO and we can say you betimi fight Galamsey the easiest way is to give them the excavators ourselves na yanka say employ yankrofo na omo ye Galamsey no na etu omo ka and eno no omo ye you eno anu omo ye no ade no a mo mutimi ka kire Sami Jemfi ka kire na nado dan kokofo ado say ono omo ban ba 1 week they will fight against Galamsey no one nam Galamsey site no was sense you that John Dramani Mahama so twatro fam say abana faili when it comes to Galamsey na mo nam na mu twantro e de ne nam ni ajade and that John Dramani Mahama nkasa tuno no mutuo say ono ankasa ne nkrofo no involved in Galamsey but mo ka kire mo be mo entime ba John Dramani Mahama ka say ono ankasa nkrofo involved in Galamsey ntia mo yensem na like we should clap for him. Me say asofo no a wo mo betwa tro emma nyame asofo enim guase e wo man ni mu no monim guase ntem o asofo the pastor that wo mo claim say yen ne ye de o man no ye de hye nipa bi nsa sa asofo no magu monim asentem o enti asofo no wo he o makomo no otu okay abusua yankon kohwe NDC me say me ade omo ye yina no I will expose them. Opa men people met the same. I will expose them. And the young NDC time or more opposition and come on mudi ye ba be home current and come on mudi young Congo Hemra
said It is his responsibility. The people of Ghana elected him. He is currently the president of Ghana. And it is his responsibility to deal with Galamsey now. I know that after 7 January 2025, when Ghanaians have voted for me, I will take that responsibility and we will sort out illegal mining.
MPP Fuankasa, ni Nana Akufo-Addo ene Bawumia Abaye omo ensusu se ni ana omo kanina na entro.
The NDC hereby serves notice that in the coming days we shall petition the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres to revoke the appointment of President Akufo-Addo as co-chair of the SDG advocates. And that petition will be ready by Tuesday. Because clearly, President Akufo-Addo has failed to show genuine commitment to the fight against illegal mining and the protection of our environment in his own backyard. His corrupt government has become an active enabler and promoter of Galamsey and the destruction of the environment in a way that affronts the sustainable development goals of the United Nations. He is a bad example, not worthy for emulation. He has proven to be unfit for the prestigious position of co-chair of the UN SDGs advocates, for which reason he must be removed without delay. We will not call on him to resign because we know that as for President Akufo-Addo, the word resignation does not exist in his dictionary. So we know that he would want to hold on to that position. But we are convinced, beyond a shadow of doubt, that the United Nations will act in the interest of the Ghanaian people, the international community, and the environment. May God bless you for your time, ladies and gentlemen.
If I have Smart Africa Media, also subscribe, like, na share from we teaching bench. We mudi agura our channel kwa umbodi. Opposition no, enkomo mudi no. Sami je infini John Dramani Mahama. Enkomo these people. Also Sam George no kute teenage ni tron. Ono so ohu na bra boss, ohu de na bra boy. Sam George, ohu de na bra boy. Me say NDC on. Ma failing them too much. Ma failing them too much. Every sector, almost every sector, youth people have failed. Energy sector, ma fail. Can't say Galamsey, ma fail. LGBTQ, ma fail. Cocoa for agriculture, ma fail. And to him for beam, na more fail. Ma fail almost every sector. Ma fail, baby. The more buy ya mo kan ya no. Ma fail everything. Now here, Jebre. Netie John Dramani Mahama or admit say or confess say or confirm say fighting against Galamsey sana enafom sana enyafo ti say de omhu ye no no ankasa kura nkrofo involve in Galamsey eno na miracles abuade say dey ntie mo nsema mo ana enti de mo aye ne we should clap for you munja na na Danko Akufo-Addo dibo say de mo kan say mo ba less than a week. We best stop Galamsey no. I'm going to try to the Ghana for no. When you make and to solve the Galamsey, stop mentioning another Danko Akufo-Addo's name. More bonnet dear, no more than a book and a demand. Tia John Dramani Mahama. Nankoma would dear and a response here. Miracles of Waji a demand.
The final one is illegal mining. Illegal mining has eaten into the fabric of our society, and I must say that it is not only a menace to our society, but it has involved the circle of traditional rulers, political party appointees and everything. And so even when one party changes, those who were running some operation who were to one party will go to the next party and say, oh, now that you have come and take over this operation and let's share, and we too will be getting small. This is what we're doing. And so I don't kid myself that we don't have our own people involved. And the work of the 9 months is not easy. they go to a community and the chiefs, the youth, and everybody come out and resist them. And so I didn't kid myself that we will be able to win that fight overnight. But we cannot relent. We must continue. And it doesn't help when we have crisis in the cocoa industry. The low price that was paid to cocoa farmers made some of them give up their farms for gold mining. And so we had hoped that with a stable cocoa price and farmers earning more, they'll find that keeping their cocoa farms is more important than selling it for gold mining. Unfortunately, the cocoa price has crashed, and we've tried to maintain the price higher than our neighboring countries. What we have to do is to make sure that there's no smuggling into our country, because then what it means is with our price we'll be subsidizing the Cote d'Ivoire farmers and other farmers. So we must make sure that we're not having cocoa smuggled in so that we are paying a higher price than they are paying. We're hoping that it will stabilize with the new automatic mechanism we're coming with, so that farmers know that they're getting 70% of the price. So if they take their calculator and they calculate 70% of the international commodity price and do the exchange rate in cedis, the farmer will know how much he's getting instead of a producer price being announced. But like I was saying, we're going to put more effort into the Galamsey. One of the problems we have is we don't have patrol boats, especially on our waterways, for 9 months to continue to patrol the waterways. So in many cases you see them in local canoes. You know, some have outboard motors, sometimes they are paddling. I mean, Ankobra is 100 and something kilometers. If you enter a canoe, how much of Ankobra can you police? And so with the collaboration of the finance minister, the Ministry of Defense and Ministry of Interior Police came with some requirements that they need, you know, for patrolling the water bodies, and then equipment they need to maintain. They need tents for the forest reserves. Once they've cleared the Galamsey operators, they need to have tents where they can camp the soldiers and have kitchens where they can cook their food and all that kind of thing. So we're working with the Minister of Finance to be able to maintain that.
The surest way of fighting Galamsey, unimadekro, excavators, controlling excavators. Because without the excavator, you can't do some mining. It is a one hour day a fidie mine then you can control what is useful. Inti yanko to a fidie. Ni farmer miners, yebe mo excavators. By excavator no, ya yo operators are training your muno muchi. Inti operator na ya training na ye tu aneka no. Oka so onfa excavator nko ye illegal mine ye sensu a onye. Ena yenim se ye dwuma yeni no obetumi abu ye asem so nti no ya sanso the technology aka ho ye the geofence trackers ebe she video ni mo, because the concession bia no the coordinates e the MCAS platform of Minerals Commission. It is yenim se yama OB Ventures concession e da sehi akontomra yama wafidia the coordinates of your concession no ya bog tracker mo ya dia share fidie ni mo me ma excavator na travel concession share excavator no there be enye se be hu engine be break e be gina I just say from the control room me ma kwan enye se excavator ni nya adwuma nti ye ne ma mine na fidie won't be fa ya mine no won't be fa ya fidie no ensensuo so women's it dey kasa John Mahama is a visionary among for ntiase tikesia eda so dayepa na nam se wo na wo ma mine na fidie nti no geofence trackership, the operator is your worker. On the equipment are cameras that helps you to see in your control room here in Accra, real time, everything happening in and around the concession. You see it on camera, real time. It will be here illegal mining or joining the EBA, you see it from your cameras. Then, because I'm a mano excavators, no, mano. Me man washing plant na wako hurugo na gunsumu. Iti me man wheel loader and a payloader. Excavator ni tu netie na wheel loader na sesa netie no. Ne masanso ama ni tipper trucks. Ne good tipper trucks mu. Ne de netie ni nyina akọ central processing center to process the gold. Yen process gold no why you move on since you know. Into a big creative processing center in all the enclaves. Near the gold naba near process it. Ye processor no. And they be an India do need to process a gold board, they be one small scale miners on. And you use chemical. Obi, as I'm there. No water, you don't use water.
To say
it is there. I'm telling you, in the law, I can show you. Supports for small scale miners in the any.
First of all, whoever applauds the president is completely being hypocritical. Let's not mince words. This is Galamsey we are discussing. Who is admitting what? Is he saying anything that he has just discovered and didn't know from the past? Or it is because now he is overwhelmed and there's nowhere to hide anymore? That is why he's patronizing everybody. And in any case, if you know them, why are they still doing it? Come on, we shouldn't do this to ourselves. Who are those CSOs that did that? I want their names. I want to have a conversation with them. That the president has come to admit something that all of us have always known and said it here severally. Even when we were in government, I said it, that then the opposition members were even involved in Galamsey. I said it on this your show, even when we were in government. He knew it. But in opposition, what was his solution? What was his proposal? Has he, at the time he was making this point, referenced the specific things he said he would do in the fight against Galamsey? Since he came to office, only one thing has been done anew since they took office. One. Nothing else they have done since they took office in the fight against Galamsey. They've done only one thing. The repeal of the LI. That's the only thing. Every other thing happening in the fight against Galamsey was in existence. That's a 7
NIMOS was not in existence.
It was there. Operation Vanguard was running. Go to your portal. Even on the 3rd of January, people were arrested in the forest by military people.
I understand that, but NIMOS is a new creation.
No, it's not. It's not. It's the same military people in the forest fighting Galamsey. What are you talking about? Isn't it the name change? Has the army been disbanded and a new one formed? So what are you talking about? Please, Galamsey is a very serious business. This is not what they promised us. Pick their manifesto. They were specific on the things they would do. The question is, Mr. President, whilst you are acknowledging what we've always known and told you to your face, what have you done about it? Sitting here, if I know that the beef that I left in my fridge last night was stolen by my son, I won't come and complain to my neighbor. I will deal with my son and make sure that tomorrow the beef is not stolen, because it's the easiest thing to solve. So why are we still experiencing?
The Attorney General referenced or referred the NDC party, executives to Iyoko to be dealt with.
This is the first time we've seen that. In the previous government, wherein people in government are referenced, for which reason, even though they were referenced, it was used against the government. This is the first time. This is the first time. And it's been over a year. Have you heard anything on that?
Which people are you referring to in the previous government?
Because in the previous government,
we know Akonta mining, and the president sought to, clean it up.
It's not sought to. He was referenced for investigation. He was. It's not sought to. He was. In fact, let me remind you, go and look at Abu Jinapon's letter on Akonta mining, where he emphatically acknowledged that there are certain areas that Akonta mining was having some activities whatsoever it is that they had not given him some licenses for. So what are you talking about?
But the president cleared him on that.
He declared him on what?
He said Akonta mining was not doing.
No, he said as far as he knows, Akonta mining is a licensed mining firm. Is that not the fact?
No, he said he was not involved in that. Please, that one there.
But have you caught Akonta mining involved in Galamsey?
He absorbed.
Have you, at the moment, identified Akonta mining involved in?
But what the president said then contradicted what the minister.
The evidence and the admissions by Abu Jinapo himself.
Please,
and we are putting it before. We petition the what's the name? The CID and the IG. What has been done?
Your words are not facts.
So why didn't you take it up? Why didn't you interrogate the facts?
Mr. President,
you didn't do anything about it.
So those petitions,
Mr. President,
those petitions have now led to.
You are absolutely wrong.
Have now led to him to be facing trial.
Abanga and the NDC national executives have been referred by the Attorney General to Iyoko. Doesn't mean they are involved in Galamsey.
Oh no, there were facts.
No, please.
There were clear facts.
Which clear?
There were clear facts.
Oh.
The facts that were put.
The facts.
I'm not establishing crime. We reported crime. We asked for prosecution. What did you do about it? Did you ask for prosecution?
Has anybody been prosecuted in this government?
Of course. Who? What you mean? No, we are talking about Akonta.
Please.
I'm not discussing this.
Prosecution is not conviction.
I'm not discussing. discussing. I'm not discussing what NDC. We're just referring to Akutama, and we are making a submission because as a coalition, we made a petition.
Okay. You have more work to do now. You have more work to do as a coalition than in the past. You've taken my time. Don't interrupt again. The point I'm making is that this admission by the president has always been known by everybody. The fact that you come and tell us that I know my people are involved, so we should clap for you for what? What have you done? What are you talking about? So the president says he knows that his people are involved, so it means what? Then the president is what? He's a Holy Ghost? Isn't that even easier for you to fix when you know the people? You've been in office for close to 14 months. Galamsey has escalated like never seen before. You are buying the gold from the same Galamseyers. You have provided a formal platform for the purchase of gold. The president himself said that about 60% or so of the gold that we are exporting are coming from small-scale miners. Minerals Commission has told us that close to 80% of small-scale mining activities are illegal mining. Go to TikTok. I've said this severally. We have close to 1.5 million followers on Galamsey TV. They protest against the government for reducing their price of gold that they buy from them. And the government responds by giving them bonuses. Listen, we can't play the ostrich in this matter. This government wrote on two major things to come to office. Galamsey was one. 2 weeks to elections. Senor Osi and his friends were on the next of a Akufo-Addo to declare a state of emergency. This government benefited from Galamsey than everybody. You are in office. You're coming to tell us what? We should clap for you for knowing who was involved in Galamsey. Mr. President, spare us anything on the Akufo-Addo. He's gone. He's done his bit. He's gone. Leave him alone. Deal with your guys, the people that you trusted. You should be having broken hearts right now. You should be disappointed today, knowing very well that you swore on your life that the Akufo-Addo and his people were involved in Galamsey, and that when they leave office, you are going to get into office a bunch of people who will do what your heart desires, and they are failing you. You should be crying.
I've cried already. We are talking about this. We are talking about the situation where we are talking about a situation where a very senior minister, Professor Frimpong Boateng, makes these disclosures about people in government who are complicit, and the government does practically nothing.
Perfect. Awesome. Hold it there. Perfect. You see the hypocrisy in all the people who are praising the president. When Frimpong Boateng made that disclosure, nobody said that, oh, at least somebody in government, a senior member in government has acknowledged.
I did.
Oh,
government did. I did.
I beg you.
And we celebrate it today.
Oh, when you do that, you make me.
The problem was that Frimpong Boateng was attacked by you
government.
And that became the focus.
I beg you. Let me flow. So he came to make this disclosure, and that became the basis for you.
Yes.
To constantly use that as a reason to attack the government of being complicit in Galamsey. And you are telling me that the president comes to admit and he's not complicit. And I should babysit him and pat his back. Please, that will not happen. The fact of the matter is that what Frimpong Manso said is even less of a worry than what the president has said, because this is coming from the president of the Republic of Ghana. The president himself, the last man standing, actually admits that his own people are involved in Galamsey. Hey, you should be running to the Jubilee House and looking for him and say, Mr. President, by tomorrow.
So you see something wrong with this. Now, but you see practically absolutely nothing wrong with the president, whose party regional chairman, has been indicted by the EPA working together with the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources.
In his time.
And then the president comes to say that the guy is not involved.
In order for you not to digress this conversation today. Yes. In order for you not to digress, In order for you not to digress this conversation today, there is everything wrong with that. Let's move on. Okay. Now we are here. Based on that, your disappointment in the former president's responses, you trusted with your life that you are going to get in these guys a group of persons who will come and fix it. They are doing worse. Now let me tell you where the worst is. The worst is that at least in the past, when they were robbing the state and killing out the future of our children, they had no formal platform to sell. This government is actually enabling Galamsey.
No.
When they I don't like that when you say no.
That is not.
What do you know that I don't know? What do I know?
But you know that's sort of a broad sweeping statement.
Please.
Because the gold board denies that it is buying gold from Galamsey.
It's a lie.
It's buying Galamsey gold.
Oh, can I please listen? Senor Hosi, Mr. President. Yeah. Don't let me make this point and you say it is not true. Listen, it is true.
That's
which of the gold that the gold board has bought.
Yeah.
That he can tell where it is coming from. Apart from the ones that he's buying from the multinationals.
It can't.
So what are you talking about then?
Okay,
guys,
thank you.
Don't let us know. Oh, give me a signal, then I'll land.
You've done almost 10 minutes. So signal me, then nobody's going to get 10 minutes.
10 seconds and I land.
Okay.
I can't just be truncated like that. So nobody should ever say that it is a lie that the government is buying from the Galamseyers. It's a matter of fact. They say they are trying to work at it, but they haven't fixed it yet. The crux of the matter is that even the barest minimum of the promises the president made in his own manifesto, somewhere within his 120-day social contract, even those ones, he hasn't been able to fulfill them. Now that he knows, he had admitted finally that he knows those involved in the Galamsey, at least those outside his cabinet and his party he cannot control. But the ones within his party, he should go to Akotia. They even want to mine in Akotia Secondary School. They want to mine in the school, and the president knows who it is.
Really?
Yes. Go to Akokeri College. In the middle of the school, they are mining. Kwabin Secondary School, right in the school, they are mining. Abomosu STEM, right behind the dining hall, they are mining. Never before in the history of this country.
No, that's on you.
Never before in the history of this country, since 2010, that this illegal criminal mining started, have we seen such level of devastation at this height going on in this country? You can say whatever you want to say.
Sorry,
but you haven't seen it.
Yeah. Abuano wonkawa yense ne bon. Abuano wonkawa yense ne bon. Enti wonim say ade no mo baby. In fact, time wa NDC opposition kwa no mo you. On say me ba Joseph Yamin woti ne de disani. Sa guy no Joseph Yamin no we dangerous. Woti ne de disani. On say okote baby cool. Somebody say ya present you to Yoko. Now what present you to Yoko at you? Enti mo na mo ba Galamsey na mo nya mo ba. In fact, NPP wa ban mo kura no na NDC for Galamsey. Me say same jemfi ni nkrofo bi ko hia wo boase. E ka kire wo mo say wo mo ba wo mo be makwai mo maye. And na same jemfi na gold board can say CEO. Sa guy na me checking pa because bi o diga na sika no me checking bruta. Sibi o de diga na sika ne ye no me checking bruta. Me check man ne bruta. But mo no my madwen say obi abeka obetaka no obete no ono raf no stupid boy ono raf no edina ho na otimi kasa wo. But we na ne refi say na ban no ehye hobo ekaye masa munjare na na adudan kokofo ado na wo. Ene ye ba e kura na dan kokufo do sell man no jama mo yale mo me say ade no mo ntimi nya if you people ade na say ma brentem do because bi mama game na ye full do branu a ade na som no President John Dramani Mahama untimi nsoa untimi na someone kwasua de mo kwatena fie someone nsua hwe o you people never learn when nsua hwe o ni nim say mo kosua de na nka mo pa mo de abaye wo man ni agenkwa the savior is back. Hey, mo Philippoto miss almost every sector obi mra me kan kire me say sector we de NDC ayade yes at dollar so dollar no ayate so na and reflect here on the market what dollar so and reflect here. Inflation akofom but the people are suffering. Inflation akofom but what the tissue dum kodwom na kobusa nkomo wo beti wosom mo gumanimu asentem dodo me say mo gumanimu asentem dodo mama edwuma na efo na me say de yankopon be ye won de yankopon aya na mo refi mo asofo na ya na ebeya. The people, the pastors, the prophet that claims a yen and they see him to him. And this your pastors, this your prophet. What are they doing? Akoshifo, akoshisem. Na mo feel say nyame wada. Nyame wanda you. Nyame onda o. Oh Jesus Christ na pono so yes wada. Ono kura no wosore ye kura wo yen sentre. Nyame onda o. God never sleeps. And now feel say, mo yama yaba, me say aban no amo say maba. So solve the issues. issue is most Ghana for ebuofu Ghana for efili NPP ekumomo enti moba mo ya agenkwa na moba ya den na asa kasa na doso sa moba asa kasa na doso nyame onayo de wo ye bia nyame hwe na me no ya na mesi nyame fa ne bona won to ntem when what to ntem too much less than 2 years ma feli mama Ghana for who said no come na demo na come do wa mesi won send bi ni ntimi fa ne di momu ya de ba ko na didi ya de ba ko na didi enye di aduan na be hye ofuruma asofo no de nyame beye mu nyame pemu kumu ba ko sa asofo no a mo yes ade no de nyame beye mu no mo hunu hwe o anka mo mbra bonten enti na no mekoye prophet mejo mekoye ni interview bi no wo kire se busa ne se enti se nyame eyi di for se kwesi onipa we kwesi ne hene a o man the directives ana on directives ani pakro no ana ene mejo se da bi Samuel nyame nam ne so kosra Saul e ka kire se wo ahinde duro so in fact o se ne hene we no directing no until say Samuel kansa Saul ankasa edi party edi vieti ene nyame sai tu no enti nyame se wo hene a o sai directive but as of no mo se o di kansa John Dramani Mahama what is obi abedro be kasa John Dramani Mahama ade wo ya wo ya ade wo ya wo nyame se men kan tro se ni se wo feli won ti bi da but these people are there sekedi ene ya ban ene aban we ye papa opammo Messi famia Messi opammo famia Messi osu bempa this prophet these two great prophet omo no so mo de NDC bayo but what you got to be that so mo be di kasa aban no mo ka se mo bema na Blanco Kufuor a declare state of emergency enti mo so mo declare ya Messi men kan chama se mo declare mo be ko position part mo to be that prophet Isaac osu bempa mo ti se wo be to be that on body was na sisi na down for Quran John Dramani Mahama isansa na memmo ye na Ghana for di se o mo be pene ama John Dramani Mahama akotene fi what be that so abeka say nyame se nka ntra say o memmo na wo buo no Ghana for no mpe onuoma nkoyi enti se what be that but yet Ghana ha na o mo de ade ni di agro kuma mo sika kakra ye mo kakra o mo influence o mo asore ma ntenya dia o beka bia na sore man still o menye trust e wa ban mu but nya sa na ti o nyame beye mu ade bia mo we be ho ama ade anu am opposition no a mo se enye no mo ba ya fi de mo kra na madie ginam na 4 years mo feel say wasao ente mo twa 2 years o ente mo ko 2 years na de beto mo no me say o pa ma NPP metena kunye so na wanya sa pepepe de beto ono so no no, in your sir, Ghanaians are suffering. Said the more kind of opposition. I was your mammy see na highest part of African media. Na young court so comment section. Thank you very much for joining us each and every day. I mean, now when you can see, I saw Manka somebody more expose you bako, and we are ready to help them to expose themselves. Subscribe, like, and if you sign some for our new church in the bench. I mean, I don't man come out and I could fix my sanity with the macro.